Good morning, good evening, good day, good night, wherever you are in the world. I am Tim, back once again with my co-commentator Oliver, ready for the Speed Force Racing GP4 Series Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Oliver, it does not feel like we are already this far into the season, but nonetheless, we are.
Wow. Round 8 of the season. Who would have thought we'd be at round 8 of the season? You know what, Tim? Special one, fans. It's March, isn't it? What happens every time in every year at this point of the year when March comes round? What happens every time in March?
Formula One starts to become a reality. Later this month, they're going to be running.
Oh, and it does.
That's right. They're going to be running.
F1 starts this month. Who would have thought? Looking forward to it.
You are excited. I'm excited. We are all excited for the return of F1. It has been far too long. It's really it's only been since December, but it just feels such a long time to be without Formula One. Of course, if you're a NASCAR fan like we are, we have it a little bit easier, but still, it's awful to have to go that long without the racing. So it'll be great to finally have it back. But right now we are just waiting on this qualifying session, waiting for the first driver to blink as we turn to the comments. Everyone just saying hello and good evening. Rage Hunter in the chat as always. And he's actually saying that your voice is in and out of the chat, which it has kind of been jumping around there a little bit.
Yeah. For my internet, guys, you know. So it is McDonald's all again. Oh goodness, we're penalty already, Tim. Alfie.
Yeah, Alfie and the Bear had a collision, and I don't know what happened there. It must have been just as they were exiting the pits. It's your boy Alfie was the first one out, and then the Bear. I don't know if maybe Alfie just slowed up a little bit and the Bear got into him and it gave Alfie the penalty, because that's what it's been doing, is it kind of gives the penalty in reverse to what it really should, which honestly, they just happened to leave the pits at the same time. I really don't think that it was an issue, and I don't think it should have been a penalty, but I guess that's just how it is, and we've actually lost Oliver, unfortunately, so until he gets back into...
Yeah, internet's gone.
Yep, internet's gone, you hear him say it there.
Gone.
Well, it's only qualifying, Oliver, so it's okay.
It's already started.
And, you know, that's actually going to affect Liverpool FC Pro as well, because that's your brother. However, a quick update. He does have a quali ban for today, because apparently an incident between him and Janeji last week at Monaco, the stewards decided that it was Liverpool FC's fault, so they gave him a quali ban. So you're not going to see that McLaren out for the qualifying session. You will see him out there in the race, provided that his internet connection is stable, but he will not be qualifying. So just a quick update there as we ride on board with it. It's your boy Alfie. He's going to cross the line here in a moment, start his flying lap. He's got a car in front of him as well.
Am I sounding all right now, Tim?
So far, so good, yes.
That's sick. Right, I need an invite to the session, please, buddy.
Oh, no. Okay, so bear with us, guys. We have to invite Oliver. So it's going to be a black screen for just a moment. But once we get him in here, hopefully we won't have this problem again. Well, I'm sure you've already got every name in the book.
Oh, I could say worse. You know I could say worse, Tim.
Oh, I know you
know I could say worse.
And it's your boy Alfie off the track. Oh my goodness, I looked away for a second, and it's your boy Alfie off the track into the runoff area with major wing damage, and now he's just trying to get the car turned around, so definitely something amiss with the Williams, and he's just retired from the session. He's just said, you know what, I don't even care. So unfortunate for it's your boy Alfie, not going to have a time.
What was he doing? I'm looking at the stream now. I was like, I don't know what was going on there.
I looked away for a split second to make sure everything was good. You know, I've got my point standings and everything pulled up next to me. And then I look up, and it's your boy Alfie's in the runoff area. So I'm sad to say that I have no idea what happened, but it's not looking like a good day for the Williams driver at the moment. Currently watching smoke.
Oh, Simo's out.
Simo's
out. She's gone.
So we have 2 drivers already disqualified, or retired rather, from the qualifying session. Now, Simo, that's a new driver that you may not recognize. She is substituting for Need for Speed today, who actually told you, Oliver, that he's going to be back in the car next week for Canada. So it's going to be good to have Need for Speed back.
Nice. It's been too long without that name in Azerbaijan, Tim. It's been too long.
But Simo, she is a quality driver. And I think that even though she's not going to be able to set his qualifying time here today, that she is going to give us a good show for the race.
Yeah, so Stockton 9's gone to second, who actually got his first win of the season last week, if we might recall.
That he did, and of all places, at Monaco, that was his first GP4 Series win, his first win of the season, and he got it at Monaco in dominant fashion. The Haas cars were so dominant last week, and then, Janeji had some issues to where I think he even finished outside of the points, but Stockton 9 pretty much led the entire race and was able to walk away with the win. So big congratulations to him, and it looks like he's following it up with a potential podium starting spot here today as Smoke goes third quickest, a 140.763.
Indeed so. I'm looking at Shadow, who's going through Sector 2 right now, as Taco Logan goes third. You've got to admit, Tim, the AlphaTauri boys, they got to show it today. Well, I say that now. Oh my word, entry down 2,000 faster than Snellweg. Already AlphaTauri. Already said their name, and they just put their names at the board.
And Energy Dan, a driver who does not have a win yet this season, nor does his teammate
That is
Shadow
surprising
Lancer.
to hear that.
It really is, but if you look back at last season, he only had 1 win this time last season, and that was Monaco. So it's not necessarily that they've lost their form. They just didn't hit the ground running like we expected them to. But Shadow Lancer in 10th place, a 141.756. Not the best of times, but it's a nice banker lap. Energy Dan, of course, with the provisional pole at the moment, a 140.053. They could perform here. I mean, they're one of those teams that we got to keep an eye out for week in and week out, along with, a lot of drivers such as Gamey Things and Snellweg and Kara. Kara is one of the most improved drivers, I think, from last season to this season, who has really been able to show that he's got some pace.
Indeed so. Who's that Charlance is just putting inside for other cars? Let's talk about tyres, Tim. Because it's a very different track to Monaco. It's a street circuit, but this is a very, very aggressive track on tyres, Tim. Shall I recall? Because last year's race that we did, they only did, 6-7 laps on the softs before they died off. Soft tyres not a no-go.
Yeah, there were even some drivers that pitted with 5 laps on their tires in last season's GP4 race, but normally you saw a lot of them pitting for lap 6, lap 7. Gamey Things actually went 8 laps on the soft tires before he pitted for hards, and then he stretched the hards out for 18 laps and won the race. There was a lot of virtual safety cars in last season's Baku race, though, so that probably contributed to him being able to stretch those tires as long as he did. But normally we're looking at a tire window of about 6 to 7 laps before they decide to dive down into the pits.
Indeed so. So could it be an optional 2-stop between a 1-stop going to be close again today?
I think that the one-stop strategy is definitely the way to go.
Oh, Prolly, 39.9!
Or, yeah, 39.951. Getting my numbers mixed up there, but an impressive lap from Proliver.
So the first guy in the 39s is Pro Oliver. Is it nice to see Snellweg up there as well? Do you think the old Snellweg is back now and actually back in form to probably... You never know, we're still on 8th race of the season. Do you really think he's now ready to defend his title?
I do, but I question whether time has already got away from him, because I know we're only at round 8 and we have, about 14 races to go, if I'm doing my math correctly?
15 left, yeah.
Yeah, like mathematically he can still defend his title, but I just don't really see that happening. He's really not scored a lot of points. In fact, I can tell you where he is in the point standings right now, but He's not really scored a lot of points. He's even missed a few races. It's not been his season, but he has had to get used to manual gears, a new wheel, a lot of things. He is actually 8th in points right now with 32. So Sonic Hawk has 99 points, and he's leading the race. So Snellweg is still in this championship fight, but he's going to have the best races of his life to really put himself into contention for that championship from Abu Dhabi.
You say that, but Snellweg has been improving every single time we've seen him. Yes, he's been slow and because he's been using manual gears with a wheel. But it looks like he's got that figured out and actually now in 3rd place and literally almost challenging the AlphaTauri, he's been challenging the leaders. Snellweg is starting to come out. What's Sonic Hawk doing? That's a really good lap there for Sonic Hawk, Tim. A 40.6 on the mediums. That's a really good lap for Sonic Hawk there.
Wait, a 40.6?
Yeah.
Oh, actually, I think that's Podge Racing. I'm watching Sonic Hawk now.
Oh, Podge, sorry, I'm missing my Ferrari's up now, for goodness sake. That's a great lap for Podge.
Yeah, but you're right, though, Oliver. A 146 on medium tires is a wonderful lap from Podge. Now, his teammate, Sonic Hawk, our points leader at the time is currently a 142.142, but that was really just a banker lap. We'll actually turn on the track map here just to make sure he has not invalidated his lap, which he is so far A-OK. We do expect him to be a little bit better, but he is on the soft tire, so it looks like the Ferraris are going with 2 different strategies here today, to where one of them is going to try the reverse strategy, and the other one is going to try the traditional soft to what will likely be hards.
Smoke's on his lap as well, Tim. He's got 3/10 faster in the 1st sector.
So Smoke, best lap, a 140.763. But if he's fastest in the 1st sector,
oh, Vic side 9/10 faster.
9/10.
Wow.
Okay, Smoke really showing that he's got the stuff here today. Currently watching Sonic Hawk. He's going down the final stretch. Let's see where he winds up.
Big Side in the Williams just went 9/10 fast. Gamey Things goes into pole. Wow, Qualify's picking up, Tim.
Sonic Hawk goes 4th. So Gamey Things, VXI, Kara, Sonic Hawk, Proliver, your top 5 at the moment with just over 6.5 minutes to go. Let's take a look at Smoke.
Oh, Smoke's got 1.4 seconds faster than his previous. He's got a purple 2nd set, so he's coming towards the final run now.
And 1.4 seconds faster is good enough for top 3 starting, I think.
This is he's compared to his previous time. It's a 40.7. It's looking very good. Is it 38? It is a 38. Wow!
A 138.991 for the McLaren driver of Smoke FX 44. What a stellar lap time. Gamey Things second with a 139.055.
As your dad's got purple in the 2nd sector.
On board with Dan now. Currently his best lap.
This is why we love Baku, Tim. This is why we love Baku.
Baku is a magnificent track. I really do love this track. It is, you would not think just, oh, and Dan goes into the pit.
Oh, he's coming in.
But you would think that since I have such disdain for Monaco, at least driving around Monaco, that I would not like Baku, but I love Baku. It is one of my favorite tracks to drive around. So I'm always excited when we come here because it's always going to give us a good show. Currently watching Proliver, though. He's on his out lap. Let's see if we can find someone on their flying lap. VXI.
Snellweg is Tim.
Snellweg
is.
So Snellweg just now leaving the castle section. Gets a little loose there. Hangs on to it. That's going to lose some time, though. Currently his best time, a 140.055. So that is exactly 1 second slower than Gamey Things, who is in 2nd at the moment, and just a little over a second slower than Smoke with a 138 up there. And Gamey Things is now getting back
3/10 faster, personal best.
So far, so good for Snellweg.
I mean, this track provides a lot of unpredictabilities, Tim. It looks simple, but the racing in Formula 1 has been stellar ever since 2016. We've got to admit this. 2016 was a bit of a mare, but since then, 2017, 18, 19, what a track, Tim. What a track for racing.
I agree completely, Oliver. It is a wonderful track for racing, and with street courses, it's really hit or miss. You know, and people are always going to have their opinions on them. But I think that with Baku, it was not just a hit. It was a home run. you know, it has passing zones. You can pass into turn 1, you can kind of pass into turn 2, you have another passing zone into turn 3, and that's already more passing zones than they have at Monaco, I'm sorry to say, but it is. So Baku is just, I think, the epitome of street courses, at least with the current F1 schedule.
Indeed so, because you think when you got the super long straight down into turn 1, you can actually go maximum 4 wide down into there. It's like NASCAR, Tim. You can go 4 wide in Formula 1 cars. It's unreal. It's such a magical track. I can't wait to see the 2021 race when they go to Baku. I would definitely be glued to my screen for that, as Phantom Shadow goes 9 tenths faster, previous best, through the second sector. He's about to go through the final section now. Let's see how Phantom Shadow will do. He's looking around top 10.
On board with Phantom Shadow now. Down the straightaway. Let's see if he does get the top 10, Oliver. Oh, we know he hits the wall. He just barely hits the wall. That is going to scrub off a lot of time, but he still does go a little bit better. A 140.368, good enough for 12th. Without that contact, he might have actually went top 10.
So Podge is on that now, Tim. You want to have a look at him?
Podge down there in 13th, a 140.618 is his best lap so far, but that was on the medium tires. He's now decided to switch to the soft tires, decided that reverse strategy is not going to work, and starting outside the top 10 like he would be, it's probably a safe bet that he needs to just go out there on the softs. So we'll see how he does. Podge is one of those drivers that every week we're talking about him, how fast he is, and then something goes wrong. Whether it's in qualifying, whether it's in the race, and he just needs a good run today. He just needs a top 5. I think just to feel like himself again.
Mate, Podge, he's a wonderful man, and and there you go. There you go. There you go. He's hit the wall. Oh, damn, Podge. He was 1.1 seconds up as well. Now, is he going to complete the lap, or is he going to come in? That's the question.
I think that he's just going to have to complete the lap at this point.
Surely he has to.
He's not going to have enough time if he pits to get back out there. So the best bet is to just complete the lap and hope it's a little bit faster, but I don't think it's going to.
Oh my!
No, it is! It is! A 139.327 with a broken wing! Where did that come from?
Oh my word, he must have got such a run out of that left-hander and just literally let it all out through the chicane. Hope for the best with a broken wing and actually promotes him into the 4th. Wow, that's unbelievable.
That answers our question. You definitely got to finish that lap. Good job. Fair play to you, Podge. Let's watch Energy Dan now going down that straightaway. Currently in 9th. Does he improve, though? Yes, to the pole. A 138.972.
Beat that, everyone. Beat that.
We got a lot of drivers on their out lap. You might want to watch what you say, Oliver. They might be listening to you.
Yeah, Carr is on his lap now, Tim. He's currently in 6th place right now. Let's have a look at the quali man.
Carr in the Renault this season, was in the McLaren last season with Snellweg. Of course, over the offseason, some teams and names.
Oh, Vince's crashed out! Oh, no!
Who's crashed out?
Big Sai was in 4th.
Oh, now that is a shame. But he does still have a decent starting position. Now, he might lose some spots, but... now Carr's crashed out into the castle section.
The place where Charles Leclerc literally smacked it. Wow.
That is the I am stupid corner, I guess you could say, thanks to the wise words of Charles Leclerc. And unfortunately, I guess Cara feels that way, but... You know, I really don't think that you can give someone grief for going off in the castle section. I know that Charles is really hard on himself, but it is just such a tight corner to get right that it's inevitable that there's going to be contact. So I'm not going to give anyone grief for going off in there.
Oh, of course not. No, of course not. Where is Gaming Things? Gaming Things is coming towards the end of the second sector now. He's currently in 3rd. Where is he going to be out at the end of the second sector? Gaming Things, 6 cents slower. So where is Smoke? Smoke was 2 tenths faster in the first sector. Smoke now is about to come across the end of the second sector. He's 2 tenths faster. Smoke's off for pole, Tim.
Let's see what he can do. It's close between him and Dan. A 138.972 for Dan, a 138.991 for Smoke. Going down the straightaway, this is where it counts. He cannot gain any more time than what he already has. He better have gotten a good run out of that corner. It's going to be close, though. Qualifying is officially over. This will be his last lap. He crosses the line. Does he go pole? Yes, he does! A 138.780 for Smoke in the McLaren.
Snellweg's purple. Snellweg's purple in the second sector. Well, Snellweg, Tim.
Proliver goes third. Gamey thinks fourth. Snellweg down the straightaway. Last year's champion, just now finding his form, but starting outside the top 10 at the moment. But can he improve his lap time? A 139.7 at the moment. He crosses the line, and where does he go?
Second! Snellweg just come second! Snellweg is back, baby! Snellweg is back!
Second place for the Red Bull driver and defending champion. Congratulations to him. Here's your official starting lineup for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Smoke, 44 on the pole. Snellweg in second. Energy Dan in third. Wow, you've never seen those two drivers race side by side, have you? Proliver in fourth. Gamey Things in fifth. VXI in sixth. Seventh is Sonic Hawk. Eighth is Podge Racing. Stoxy 9 in ninth position. Otaku Logan in 10th. 11th is Kara. Bossy Gaming substituting today in the 12th spot. 13th is Phantom Shadow. 14th is The Bear. 15th is Shadow Lancer. Gizlodian in 16th. 17th is It's Your Boy Alfie. Lewis in 18th. 19th is Simo. And then Liverpool FC Pro in 20th place. Of course, the final 4 drivers on that list were not able to set a time, but it's not where you start, it's where you finish.
That was a qualified section, Tim. This is what it is. This is Baku, Tim. It's always bring up a surprise. Because Smoke's got his first pole, Tim. This is his first pole position of the season. And this is what this track brings. Oh, and it's raining as well. Even more magical.
Oh, my goodness. You know, I was watching last season's race just to prepare for today. And I was sitting here and I was thinking, if it rains, it's going to throw all of my notes out the window. And look what it is doing. Bye-bye notes. Just bye-bye. Got to throw them away now. We're having a wet race today, fellas.
Oh, my goodness. And the thing is, as well, that the drivers that, like Liverpool SC Pro, has got his quality pad. It's actually good to help him out, too, because he saved all of his tyres. Look at that in the long run as well. He saved all of his tyres for this race.
Oh my goodness.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I just cannot believe it is raining, but this is going to be one interesting Azerbaijan Grand Prix. I will tell you that much. Man.
What time's it going to go? Because it isn't that hard, so it must have been dry tyres, wouldn't it?
I think it's going to be intermediates. We'll have to wait.
No, I don't think so.
So
it doesn't look like it does, don't it?
No, they are on dry tires, so apparently the weather is not that bad. Whether that changes, though, not sure. If anyone can give us a weather update, that would be amazing. But here's something that I want to pose to you, Oliver, and we're going to have to get our top 3 predictions in here in just a moment. But here is something that I want to talk to you about. Rage Hunter has pointed out that the guys in GP4 are quicker than the ones in GP3.
That's scary. And I'm a GP3 driver.
Yeah, and that's why I'm asking you. I want you to know, like, what do you think about that? Like, theoretically, these cars should be slower, but I guess it just hasn't worked out that way.
You see, this is because of the improvements in quality that GP4 has. This is the reason why GP4 is so exciting. It's pretty much the stepping stone to a great career. You look at where I started in GP4 and now I am in GP3. In those little 2 years I've been in SFR and now I'm in this position GP3. Some people have been in longer, like Dan or Shallow Lancer. This is the improvement that these guys are doing right now. This is like the most improved field I've seen in a long time, and this is showing it. I mean, Liverpool FC Pro, he's starting his first ever season here. This is a starting block for him. Like some other newcomers as well, like Simos is still quite slow, but she's still learning to learn new things. It's all about improvement, and that's what's happening right now.
And that's always good to see, though, I think, is the improvement. We were talking about Kara improving. We've talked about Shadowlancer improving. We talked about Snellweg coming back to form. Proliver, another driver who's really improved. And then we got some new guys like VXI, Stoxy9, who really have shown that they have pace. And Otaku Logan there in 10th. Let's not forget about him. You know, he's had a couple good runs here and there. So it's really good to see these drivers just able to improve and get better and get these fast times. But before we get too carried away, quickly, your top 3. I'm going to go with, in any order, Podge, Dan, and Snellweg.
I don't know. I'm going to see what the race says. That's my prediction.
Well, Rage has got Smoke, Dan, and Gamey as his prediction, so we will see what comes to play at the end of this race.
So Liverpool FC Pro's left the session because of internet issues, so hopefully that's not happening to me, guys. Fingers crossed.
If we lose you, Oliver, we'll know what happened. Hopefully we can get you back in, though. But you see the drivers lining up on the grid, and they are ready to go. And you know they've got to be just as anxious as we are.
Okay, so just waiting. I'll go try and get my bro in. You do what you need to do, bro.
And there you hear those engines revving. You hear those itchy pedal feet. The drivers watching the lights. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights in the air. No red lights. We are green for the GP4 Series Azerbaijan Grand Prix. We already have a little bit of contact there in the back with the McLaren of Smoke leading him down into turn number 1, getting the jump on the Red Bull. Smoke there in first place, and already some contact in the back. A little bit of cars sliding around.
That one for the lead.
And now there goes the Red Bull for the lead, and in the wall, there's some contact there. And now a virtual safety car already, much like what we saw last season.
Oh, Lewis got a penalty, and so does Gislodian. Already drives with penalties. Oh, now Sonic Cook out. The championship leader's out, Tim. The championship leader's out. Sonic Cook out.
Did you see what happened?
I don't know. There was so much going on, but what an upset. The championship leader didn't even survive the first lap. What an upset!
And that is not going to help his championship hopes at all, especially with a hungry Shadowlancer breathing down his neck. Let's give you a quick update on the points. Of course, Sonic Hawk is in first with 99 points. 89 points belongs to Gamey Things in second, and Shadowlancer in third with 85 points. So he's got a hungry Gamey and a hungry Shadowlancer breathing down his neck.
We're going to get a new championship leader, Tim. We could get a new championship leader today.
Now we could.
Either Gamey Things or Shadowlancer.
Smoke actually hit the wall in the castle section, but he got very lucky. He tapped it with the back of his car. And oh my goodness, and Proliver just spun. And he is not out of the session, but he did spin.
And we're going back to green. This is the problem, Tim, with rain. We're dry tires and Smoke got into the wall, and we're blocking on down at the same time. So SPXI is getting really interested. Dan is on the outside. The Smoke right round the outside the McLaren. Beautiful move. Oh, but as Podge is in fourth, Tim. Come on, Podge. Come on, Podge. Let's see what you can do.
On board with Podge as he's looking underneath VXI, and they're side by side down the straightaway. Podge will clear him. Yes, he does. Move Podge up into the third position. Now he's using the slipstream to get to the interstand, but another virtual safety car. Before we even complete lap 1, 2 virtual safety cars. Snellweg, Energy Dan, and
Smoke's
Podge.
in. Oh, man, Smoke's in, and Snellweg's in. Snellweg is in for wing damage. Oh, no. Oh man, not what Snellweg needed.
So Snellweg going on the medium tires now. Kara going on the medium tires. Or no, Kara stayed out. Snellweg on the medium tires. Smoke going on the medium tires as well. And now we are back green. Energy Dan leads Podge racing by half a second as they approach turn number 3. Got to be very careful though. You don't have the stopping power that you normally would in dry conditions. As now Logan is retired from the session.
Gislodian's gone into it.
Podge almost gets into the wall, And that's really what I was saying, Oliver, is I'm surprised that they were on dry weather tires. I think the inners might be the way to go. Gizlodian might just have a point there. And look at that, Podge sliding into the wall and tapping it once again. He's getting very lucky, though. He's tapping it with the back of the car instead of the front. If he taps it with the front, then he's going to have some wing damage. But it looks like he has breathing down his neck, and there's contact. Podge slides down, going through the castle section. He's got to be very careful, and he hits the wall. Podge hits the wall, and he's got no front wing now. So Podge is now officially wingless in the front there, and he's going to have to limp that back around to the pits. VXI just barely squeezed by that, and now Gaming Things in the Racing Point is able to go by the Ferrari as well, and we have a safety car, which actually helps Podge a lot. That helps Podge a lot. He needed the safety car after that front wing damage. You saw we were riding on board with him. He just got a little loose going into the castle section and hit the wall. Definitely going to need some intermediate tires here. That is why I was so shocked that they started on the dry tires, because the track, it just looked wet. It was raining, and I know there is, at some point, you can still be on the dry tires, but as you all can see, lap 1, and already we've had 2 virtual safety cars and 1 full safety car. I think the intermediates are the way to go. And VXI stays. VXI stays out. Energy Dan stays out. So despite these guys sliding everywhere, not a lot of them are wanting to gamble on intermediate tires. So Oliver, you have more driving experience in the rain than I do. Can you shed some light onto why they're so hesitant to gamble on that when they have zero grip out there as it is?
So I think what it is that what the issue is, because they've seen the weather looks like it doesn't look really wet, so they went for those dry tires. But if you are, then you got to have the most finesse and the most controlled foot, or if you're driving control, the most controlled gentleness of the pedal that you can. And your steering input's gonna be so gentle, all about gentleness and taking it easy. It's going to go faster than that, but unfortunately, going fast in the rain on dry tires, no show. You've got to be so careful, and you've got to be absolutely precise to what you're doing out there, because you can't win the race in lap 1. No, you can't. So really, you've got to be super gentle on what your inputs are and your throttle control are.
And it looks like we do have a few people blinking. Of course, Gizlodian, the first driver to go on the intermediate tires. Lewis now on the intermediate tires. I'm wondering if we might see a few more drivers dive down into the pits to get intermediate tires. Podge, interestingly enough, pitted for hard tires. Now, he should be able to go the rest of the way on those tires, but that's in the dry weather. This wet weather can throw that strategy out the window. You know, he's going to be slipping and sliding out there. That's not going to help his tires at all.
Well, we'll have to see how it goes. It's still lap 3. We'll have to see how the weather goes throughout the race. But above all else, the drivers, it's down to them. Because we all know these days, Tim, they don't have any traction control. They don't have ABS. It's all down to the car and the machine. Man and human machine working together. That's how it's going to be the key to winning this race.
So, Oliver, we just got a report that there was actually not an option available for the drivers to put wet weather tires on. That's why they had to start on the dry weather tires. They just did not have that option. And we've also had a report that Sonic Hawk hit a slow car coming out of turn 2, and that is what ended his race.
So we're going to see a new championship leader today. Looks like Gaming Things right now to take the championship lead, but still a long way to go to before we can talk anything about that.
And, you know, honestly, if Shadow Lancer and Gaming Things fail to score points, then Sonic Hawk could still theoretically hold on to his points, his points lead. Shadow Lancer has to score 15 points in this race in order to jump himself up into first. Gaming Things
so that's third place, isn't it?
I believe so.
That's third, yeah.
So Shadow Lancer needs to finish in front of Gaming Things and finish in third in order to have the points lead. You know, where's Mad G when you need him? He could be doing this math for us.
That's why we love Mad G.
He's always our standings guy.
Oh, isn't he just? So we've got two guys on a penalty right now. So what's the penalty? What's your penalty update at the moment, Tim?
Looks like 5 seconds for Phantom Shadow and 5 seconds for Gizlodian. So is that speeding into the pit lane?
It's either speeding in the pit lane or making a severe collision with another driver. It's one of those two.
Regardless, not going to do them any favors. However, when they pit, that's a penalty that they should be able to serve in the pit stop. Am I correct with that?
Yeah, you can. You can move that. You can take that 5 seconds off when they go into the stops. They can do that, yes.
And that's why I'm very surprised that they haven't pitted for intermediates. However, I say that it's not even raining now, so the drivers that did pit
this is what I said. This is going to be bad news to Gizlodian. Look at him. He's on intermediate tyres, but now he's going to have a very, very bad car because he's on those intermediate tyres. These drivers were wise to stay out.
And that's just... That's a bit of bad luck, I think, because it would not let them start on intermediate tires, and then the weather gets bad enough to require the intermediate tires, and then it dries up after a couple drivers decide to pit for the wet weather tires. It's just the timing was awful for some of it.
Yeah, you could say so, but now it's now stopped raining. Does this now play into Podge's hands now? Now he's on those hard tires, now he can get to the end?
I really do think that Podge can make it to the end. Gamey went 18 laps last race to win this race on the hard tires. So with this safety car period, that is helping Podge with that tire life even more. So I think that 20 laps is very doable on the hard tires around Baku. They may be a bit of a monster to drive once you get to the end of the race, but as long as he keeps his nose clean, Podge should be good from here on out.
Ataka and Olga's gutted out that he retired. This is the reason why. You know what, Tim? You know Need for Speed is always such an inspirational man that I am now taking his strategy and not going to retire in the pits. Because you never know what something pops up. Yes, you have a bad race here and there, but I do what Need for Speed says. You go if the car goes. This is what I'm doing now. I'm doing what Need for Speed does. Never give up in a race, because you never know what happens.
And that's really more than I'm willing to do sometimes, because sometimes you just have a bad race and you just don't care. You just want it over with. So you pull into the pits, you retire, you do whatever. Or if you wreck out, then that's also a thing. If you wreck out, you can't control it. But if you retire in the pits, obviously you can. But I do like that idea, that as long as the car goes, you go. And that's so hard to do because it's so frustrating to just ride around in the back. But sometimes you get safety cars that put you into a top 10.
Exactly. And this is what Need for Speed does. This is how he gets results. Because he sometimes gets a result because the man never gives up. He always is there in the race. As the safety car is now coming at the end of this lap, Tim.
Lap 5 of 26, going to be lap 6 of 26 when the safety car pulls in. Energy Dan, your control car up there, along with VXI behind him, and Gamey Things in third, last season's race winner. The Bear, Gamey Things teammate in fourth, and fifth is Shadowlancer. Let's see how this race plays out.
It's going to be fun. Let's see how lap 6 can go. Oh, Liberty Pro has got a 5-second penalty for a collision with Lewis underneath the safety car. Oh, Podge has done the same thing. Unlucky.
So a lot of penalties on the board already, and it's only lap 5, but we are going back green, riding on board with Gaming Things, and you see the gap that Dan and VXI have up there.
The best side by side. Oh.
There goes the 2 racing points through turn 1. Looks like there's a little bit of a battle between the Renaults for just a brief moment out of turn number 1. And now the racing points, and who was that dive bombing it? Oliver really just sending it on the inside, trying to get around Snellweg, not able to do so, but Stoxy 9 goes back to 11th now. Let's take a look at the battle between the racing points once again. And the Bear really sent it in deep there, but was able to hang on to it. You got Shadowlancer just trying to follow the Bear's line through that corner. Shadowlancer gets so very close to the back of that racing point, but stays off of it. You've got to maintain that front wing, but he knows that more than anyone else out here on sure. Energy Dan now out to a 1.8 second lead over VXI. Battles in the mid.
Great restart from Energy Dan there. Very good restart from Energy Dan there. Very well timed.
He is the restart man. I will tell you that right now. If he's the control car on a restart, he is going to get out ahead of these guys.
Put him in a NASCAR, Tim, and he'll just rock himself away. The game is catching up to VXI now.
Phantom Shadow also catching up to his teammate of Kara. A lot of battles going on in the mid-pack, and Kara actually goes a little bit slow through that corner. Phantom Shadow goes over the curve.
Oh my word! Dimo and Bossy Gaming very close to making contact there, down in the back there. And who's that? Is that the bed closing in on Gaming Fix once more? It looks like it is close.
And Podge, something's wrong with Podge. He spun or something. He's now back going forward.
Oh, he hasn't. Oh man, Podge.
Energy Dan fastest lap, a 1:45.4 so far. On board with Simo as she's using the slipstream on Lewis. Trying to go around the outside. Lewis is going to the pits though, so that's going to be a very easy pass for Simo for the 13th position. Her next challenger up there in 12th is Bossy Gaming in the Mercedes. So two reserve drivers
Smoke and Phantom Shadow. The two are fighting.
Going into turn 3, Smoke's looking on the inside. They're going to be side by side. Who's going to get the position? It's going to be Smoke. He clears Phantom Shadow. Moves Smoke him into the 7th position, but Phantom Shadow, he's battling back hard. He thought about going on the inside, but not able to do it. Smoke locks the tires up
all
in that corner.
Look. I think the Bears has gone past VXI. He has. The Bears gone past VXI. So the Bear moving up to 2nd place. The Bear having a good race today. One of his best races in there so far today.
And now we're on board with Proliver as he's trying to make his way around last season's champion of Snellweg. The Bear starting to pull away from VXI, as you said, Oliver. Just a lot of battles going on at the moment. And Proliver gets into the back of Snellweg a little bit.
VXI spun. VXI spun.
Did you see what happened?
Yep, he too much wheel spin on the exit. On the captain. Oh my good golly! Oh my! Phantom Shadow literally pulverized Smoke. Absolute pile drive him to the wall. Oh my, that was a bit bad from Phantom Shadow there. That will go down, possibly down to the shirts in that one. That was horrible driving from Phantom Shadow there.
A battle between Proliver and Bossy Gaming. Bossy Gaming making a move around Smoke for 10th place, and Proliver just ahead of him. Actually in a 3-wide situation with Proliver there for just a moment. But it's Proliver stock C9 and Bossy Gaming just battling it out. They're trying to catch the Red Bull of Snellweg.
Oh! Stock C9 got into the wall there.
Oh, and now the Mercedes of Bossy Gaming in the wall there again as well. So Stoxy 9 forced the Mercedes just a little bit wide. There is wing damage on that Merc now.
Car is overtaking Shadow pretty easy. I think these soft tires have had it, Tim.
I think you're right about that, Oliver. The mediums are really starting to come in, and now is about the time that they need to start pitting. 6 to 7 laps is really that pit window. So when will Energy Dan
Snellweg's on the back of Shadow now, really quickly.
On board with
Snellweg.
Podge
is retired in the pits.
On board with Snellweg, going through the castle section, chasing down Shadow Lancer. Something wrong with Shadow Lancer. There was a brief communication issue. Something's very wrong with Shadow Lancer.
He's lagging all over the place. Hopefully, it's not a hopefully connect. Oh my word, Shadow Lancer's lagging all over the place.
So that's going to make passing him a lot harder for Snellweg.
Oh man, hopefully this is not a permanent connection needed for Shadow Lancer. Looks like it's okay now. Oh, it's still going on.
It might be, we'll have to wait and see, but Snellweg just trying everything he can to get around that AlphaTauri. Not able to do it though. And there goes Shadow Lancer into the pits. Bye-bye, soft tires, says Shadow Lancer. He wants a brand new, fresh set of Dr. Feelgoods before he gets back out there on the track. And wow, look at that Snellweg sliding through turn one just a little bit, getting a little loose there, hanging on to it though, and running in fourth. But he has got a lot of ground to make up to get to third. 2.1 seconds ahead of him is Kara in that Renault, his teammate from last season, interestingly enough.
So the closest fight we have now, Tim, is Liverpool FC Pro Lewis and VXI.
On board with Liverpool FC Pro, he had a quali ban going into this race, but he's on the hard tires now, should be able to make it to the end. Running in 15th place, trying to chase down Lewis for 14th, who is chasing down VXI for 13th, who VXI, one of the fastest cars really on the racetrack here today, but after that spin a couple laps ago, has been demoted down to 12th place. He pitted for fresh medium tires. So we'll see if that's able to work out for him. I don't think he's going to be able to go to the end on those tires. He might.
Oh, no.
If we get a safety
Lewis
car.
won't make it to the end because on the soft side, they're going to go like 8 laps maximum, 8 to 9 laps maximum, so...
Well, I mean VXI, though, on the medium.
Oh, yeah, I think they'll go... I did a practice session with... On those medium tyres, I did a 30-minute practice session with the guys, and I did a maximum of 13 to 15 laps on those medium tyres. So I think they can go good distance. The medium tyres.
Phantom Shadow getting close to Gizlodian, using that slipstream. Let's see what he's able to do.
The bear's in,
This is the battle
and
for
Dan
10th.
pits.
Snellweg
Okay,
fastest
so
lap
look
on the mediums. Look at that, a 1:45.423.
Aikens, Phantom Shadow, just noticed still very close together. Give me pick to the fastest lap.
Oh my goodness, that was almost a love tap into the wall.
You don't say.
So Phantom Shadow using that DRS now to finally try to get around the Red Bull of Gizlodian. They're both just battling it out. They're going into turn one. Who's going to have the position? It's going to be Phantom Shadow, at least for the time being, as he clears Gizlodian. And now the Red Bull has to watch the Renault ride off into the sunset. But does he have anything left for him?
Oh,
and yes,
no!
he does, because Phantom Shadow messes the corner up in turn two. So Phantom Shadow got into the wall. Gizlodian moves back into 10th. VXI into 11. Phantom Shadow dropping down now. The winner from Australia is now having an abysmal race here in Baku.
Oh, man.
Oh, and he's in the runoff area. He's in the runoff area once again.
That's Baku for your team, isn't it? You love it and you hate it, don't you? As a drive, you love and hate it.
And these corners, you got very long straightaways going into tight, sometimes 90-degree corners. It's not all that uncommon that you're going to see a driver mess up a corner and get into the wall or go into the runoff area. It really throws a spanner into the works when it comes to the race strategy.
Look how close Liverpool FC Pro is right now on the back of Lewis, Tim. He's 3/5 per second now. He's on those hard tyres. Has Lewis got any problems got from damage? No, he's just struggling at the moment. Liverpool FC Pro is still sticking into him at the moment.
He's slowly working his way up through the field in 13th place now.
And Vic Side gives Gizlodian a push. Vic Side's giving Gizlodian a little push.
VXI and Gizlodian still battling it out. Looks like VXI, his car is not all that worse for wear, though he did pit for the medium tires, so probably had a wing change if he needed it during that pit stop as well, and now trying to make a move around the Red Bull of Gizlodian, looking on the inside, so I hope Gizlodian wasn't planning on pitting, but with being on the hard tires, I'm sure he can go to the end of the race, but VXI is going to have the preferred line going into turn number one. Gizlodian on the outside, he's going to have to give him the position, and he does move VXI up into the 10th position, back into the points.
So right now, the drivers are in their settled movement right now, 10 seconds between VXI and Shadow. So right now, VXI's got a nice clean air to work with, and now he can now literally just do what he needs to do now. Look after the tyres, look after the car, and see how this race plans out for him right now.
And honestly, if I was VXI, I would have pitted for the hard tires just so I can guarantee that I could go the rest of the way on those tires. But as you said, you believe that the tire's going to last about 15 laps, and that's fair. That's very possible. So BXI might have made the better call because the medium tires have a little bit more pace. We will monitor him and see what happens, but this is assuming he keeps his nose clean. And he had a very close call through the castle section that time, really hugging that wall, but he was able to get by unscathed. So VXI really just flirted with disaster.
So right now, the tires at the moment, Energy Dan right now look like the real winner at the moment on those hard tires, going to the end, and the others in front of them will have to go into the pits. Lewis is going a little looking just low here, with Lewis Pro behind him. But right now, Dan, looking very, very good to win this race, but he's got Gaming Things right behind him. I know the history between Dan and Gaming Things in the past, don't you, Tim?
Yeah, we definitely do. Of course, him and Gaming Things had a bit of an incident in the Australian Grand Prix. Might have cost Dan a win, even. There was just some contact, which the stewards actually gave Gamey a 3-second time.
Here comes Lewis.
Venom Shadow his first win of the season.
Oh, big dive for Lewis!
Gizlodian. Wow, and Gizlodian still has the momentum on the outside and is able to get back by Lewis. That was so close.
That was a big, massive dive there from Lewis. Wow.
He almost didn't use the brakes.
No kidding. Liverpool SC Pro have a little look as well. Nope, still sticking behind Lewis. Snellweg is caught up to the leader now. We are looking at this fight between these three drivers. And look at Stocksy 9's caught to the back of this lot as well. That was like a 4-car fight for 11th.
So Gizlodian, Lewis, Liverpool FC Pro, and Stocksy 9, all of them just battling it out for the 11th position. They're really just riding nose to tail, and as they approach the castle section, that's going to actually make things a little bit dicey.
Now the question is though, who's going to get the best drive out of the left-hander? As Lewis goes all oversteering, all out of shape on the exit of that corner. So right now, if you was in the train of cars, Tim, would you save your ERS for the right moment?
I definitely would. I would wait to put it into overtake mode once we get to the straightaway. I mean, of course, but I would try to build up as much ERS as I can and just, you know, like you said, save it for the right moment. But it looks like these guys, they're just bottlenecking at this point. They're not gaining any time by riding behind each other. So they might as well try to make it happen.
I think Lewis is so quite knows words because he wants to go. But look at that, it's Urs as low, Liverpool FC Pro's Urs low. Gizlodian is doing a very, very good job at the moment, holding off these guys because he's been saving his Urs. He's doing a very good job at the moment.
Stocksy 9 was really able to close the gap on the straightaway there to these guys. It seems like he might have a little bit of a lower downforce as he goes around Liverpool FC Pro now, but he might have a lower downforce setup than some of these other guys because he really struggles through the tight corners, but on the straightaways, he is fast as he's already made the move up into the 13th place. We'll ride on board with him and see if he's able to get
yellow flags at the one. Liverpool FC Pro's gone off.
It looked like he spun, he hit the wall there or something, but he is back going. He does have some wing damage though. So back between Gizlodian, Lewis, and Stocksy 9.
And Liverpool FC Pro is I heard banging from the other rear. Looks like he's gone off again. No. Oh, he's locking up a lot now, so he's going for some downforce. Energy Dan's on the back of Bossy Gaming for 4th, Tim.
Bossy Gaming, how did he get up into 4th? Look at him, he's the reserve driver, and he's all the way battling with our regular Energy Dan, who is going around him now on the inside, but they're side by side. Bossy Gaming is not going to give it to him, but he's going to have to yield once they get to turn 1, and he does. Energy Dan moves into 4th, Bossy Gaming into 5th, but he's going to have a DRS zone out of this corner. Let's see if he's able to get the jump on Energy Dan. But Dan got a better
exit. Drive on him. Let's see if he gets the drive. Looks like Dan's got the exit on him, and that will be Dan certified into 4th place. Right now, Dan's for the race lead, Tim.
And Energy Dan, of course, can go the rest of the way on those hard tires, so he should not have to pit again. So this might be the battle for the race lead. However, Bossy Gaming might have, in fact, he probably will have to pit again. So not really looking for him to stay there for long, but he's got good track position, and if a safety car came out, that could really help him.
Oh, definitely. Hopefully that will work out for him.
But
So Gaming Feast on the back of these two. Yeah, I was about to say Gaming Feast is on the back of this fight now.
Of course, last season's winner, Gaming Things, trying to go for a repeat, has not had the best of races today that he did last season. Of course, he started on pole and won last season. This season, he started second and is currently running in the 6th position, but it's still a long way to go. We're only halfway through this race, lap 14 of 26. So he might be able to get back up there. He might be able to challenge Energy Dan for the lead, but he is going to have to get around Bossy Gaming first. And Bossy Gaming, he looks like he's not going to really give you the position. He's raced people clean today, but he's definitely raced them hard.
Car is in. 14 lap old mediums. This is about the limit, so I was about to say that you can do 14 to 15 laps on those medium tires as Gaming Things, as Bossy Gaming comes in quite early actually for the mediums from those medium tires, and now he's coming in as Gaming Things now going to try to chase down Dan.
I find it surprising that Bossy Gaming came in so early because I feel it was very possible that he could have lasted at least 5-6 more laps and then pitted on the softs for the end.
Oh, Shadow's lagged out. Well, I'll try to get him in.
So that's unfortunate for Shadowlancer there. Really just a lot of connection issues and communication issues happening today, so sorry for that, guys. But we still have a battle between the Bear and Smoke now. Smoke, of course, one of our surprise qualifiers, qualifying in the top 3, but had a bit of an issue earlier on in the race, dropped back down, and is now recovered to 7th place, trying to get into 6th place around the Bear, but cannot quite find an overtaking zone.
This is quite a narrow area, isn't it, Tim? This is not really a place to overtake here, isn't it?
No, and through the castle section, it is impossible. I have never seen a pass happen in the castle section. I don't think we ever will, because it's just such a narrow place that you can't pass without having contact, and by that time, it wasn't even worth the attempt. But I think that Smoke is going to be able to get by the Bear here soon. They're both on the hard tires.
I'm looking at the back of Shadowlancer, Tim, and I have to say, mate, he's really having problems with his connection issues right now. On the day that Shadowlancer need a third to take the championship lead, it's not going to happen for him, bro.
Now, it might happen for Gaming Things. All he needs is 11 points. And how much will he get for 4th place? As look at this now, Smoke going around the Bear down the straightaway, or at least he tried to. He's going to have the DRS on him, though, here in just a moment. That's going to send him around the Bear, and there he goes, fighting with the Racing Point machine, and he made that pass look easy, cleared it before they even got to the line, much less turn 1, and Smoke holds on to it to take the 6th place position.
As an old saying, Tim, a hot life, it's like a hot knife through hot butter, and that's exactly what that is.
That's exactly what he did, too. So good job there to Smoke. Of course, the DRS made it so helpful for him, and he's on slightly older tires than the Bear, so, you know, their tire wear is about even. So really, that just goes to show that Smoke has some pace around this course.
So Dan currently in 3rd right now, doing a good job at the moment, so he's most likely going to win this race, but still, this is Baku, Tim. Anything can happen in Baku.
If it goes green the rest of the way, then I would say that Dan is definitely going to win this race. If there's a safety car, then I don't know. But he looks very fast.
Everything comes out the pram, doesn't it?
Well, like you said, it's Baku. Anything can happen, and we're just over halfway. We've still got 11 laps to go in this race, so we don't need to really think about who's going to win quite yet. But you are correct that Energy Dan is provisionally the leader once Snellweg and Proliver pit, which they're inevitably going to have to do sooner rather than later. They are reaching that maximum window on those medium tires.
I'm watching Snellweg right now, just trying to see how he's getting on. And it looks like he's doing okay. Go through the lovely trees here in Baku. And also, I've got a yellow flag. I think that's cleared. Yes, I think that's cleared. Yes, so nothing to worry about there. So right now, bit of calm. Right now, everything's calmed down. It looks like the drivers are just doing their rhythm. As the gaps are pretty evened out right now.
Yeah, there's really not a lot of. In fact, there are no battles going on track at the moment. Everyone's just really spaced out and is running their own race. So it's really a battle of the pit strategies at this point.
Oh, indeed so. Let's see how this. It's like a tree, Tim. That it grows out, and you never know what it's going to become. It could be an apple tree, it could be a pear tree, it could be a nice flower tree, or a nice green leaf tree. It always going to bring something up. Let's see how this race really sprungs up. Actually, I say that now, and look at gamey things on the back of Energy Dan, Tim. These two have history, and this is where it all boils down to.
Gamey things gained, I'd say, 0.4 of a second in just the past half lap. And I think that he's been saving his ERS for this moment.
He has, because Dan is not... He's pushing hard. You can tell how much he's really pushing that Alpha Tower. Gamey thinks he's been saving his ERS really well. Dan's in a bit of a spot above here, because here comes Gamey Things, Tim.
He should have the DRS. He's within a second of Energy Dan. Energy Dan will be a
yes,
sitting
he is.
duck. He's using the slipstream. He's got this. Gamey Thing's going to try to make the move. He's going to have to send it. Energy Dan dives down low to protect the inside. Gamey Thing's around the outside. It doesn't matter. Gamey Things will have the position, but Energy Dan takes it back on the inside. He clears Gamey Things. Gamey's going to have to try once more going into turn number 3. Energy Dan gets a better exit on it, but will the DRS prevail? Or will the quarter exit prevail? I think that Energy Dan has got him, though. Energy Dan has got him. Gamey Things will not be able to get to him before they get to turn 3. Gamey has to back out. He's close. He is there. He's making Energy Dan fight for it. But Energy Dan did a wonderful job defending there.
Very good job there from Dan. Rach on his code in the course. Why are we talking about butter and trees? Well, my old sayings, Rach. You know me, I'm a very random person.
Butter and trees. Now, that is a combination that I did not expect to hear. I will say that much. Oh, and someone's off. Someone is off at the castle section. Who is that?
I can't see who it is. It's Simo. It is Simo. She is off the track. Looks like she's coming on, yes.
Bad luck for Simo. That's the second time that the castle section has caught her off guard. Of course, in the reserve championship race on Friday, she actually crashed out in the castle section, and now here today, she doesn't crash out, but she has to go off into the runoff area and losing a lot of ground. But I think she was already running in the 16th place, which is the last car that's actually on track, so she really might not.
She's out there having fun now, but here comes Gamey.
Gamey looking underneath Energy Dan, and he sends it around him. Energy Dan can do nothing but watch as Gamey Things drives away, but he's on those medium tires.
Oh, look what tire Snellweg's on, Tim.
Snellweg
look
on
what
the
tire
soft.
Snellweg's on. Wow.
Now, could Snellweg theoretically get a podium? I think he can. I think he might be able to catch Kara, get around him, and get a podium. But that's going to be 7 laps on those tires. That's right around the window.
Oh, Dan was looking there. Jeez.
He was close, but no cigar.
But look who else is close to his fight as well, Tim.
Kara in the Renault. And he just came out of nowhere. I have no idea where he came from, but Kara now sticking his head into the ring.
Oh, man. Shalon says lights out once more.
So we got a 3-car battle for what is going to provisionally be the lead.
Oh, that's at the wall!
Leading. Did he
Dan just tagged the wall. He just tagged it, yes. Wow.
Don't see any wing damage. Got very lucky there. Energy Dan, incredibly lucky there. But Kara is on his tail.
So right now, Tim, Gamey Things could actually win this race. The race has been turned on its head.
And he could go back to back. That is actually insane. So Energy Dan just really losing it because of, I'm assuming, the deficit between the medium and hard tires there. But Gamey, you got to think, how long is it going to be? As now Kara goes around Energy Dan. Energy Dan tried to throw a block on him, couldn't do it. And Kara goes around him, so move Kara up into the 3rd position.
Now the question is now, how fast Snellweg is going to catch Energy Dan within these 6 laps?
And Energy Dan gets a better exit out of 2. He got a better exit out of 2. He's underneath Kara. They're side by side. wheel to wheel, going into turn 3. Do they both have DRS? Does one of them have DRS? Energy Dan on the inside, and he clears Kara. But will Kara do a crossover? No, he doesn't. On board with Kara now. Into turn 4. Energy Dan taking a wider line through there. Is able to hang on to it. Gets a little bit loose, but it doesn't matter.
And just think about this. Oh, we're going to see the virtual safety car. Gislone is out. Virtual safety car. Gislone out.
So it's not going to be long before we go back green, but these drivers are going to have to be very careful to not speed under this virtual safety car. We saw it happen a lot last week in Monaco. They cannot afford to make a mistake. None of them.
Look at Snellweg, Tim. He's the biting bullet right now. Could we see the reigning world champion getting his first win, Tim? It's very, very highly could be the race winning card here today. Because Gaming Fix is there, Dan's there, Kara's there. What part of the pits? This is the top 4 right now, Tim.
On board with Snellweg, he is using the slipstream to his advantage. He's got those soft tires, so he is so very fast. He has made up 4 seconds since he has pitted.
Dan's going for it.
Helped him out. And Energy Dan going around Gamey. He went around Gamey on the outside into turn number 1. Moved Dan up into first, and now it's a side-by-side battle between Kara and Snellweg. Snellweg
oh my
with
God.
the edge over Kara, but Kara on the inside. Snellweg gets the position.
Move.
Snellweg gets the position, moves around Kara, chasing down Gamey now. Gamey all on the back of Energy Dan through turn number 3.
But the problem is that once they keep fighting, Snellweg's going to be in this fight and possibly going to catch the... Surely Prolover's not going to get to the end. Surely he's on 18 lap on mediums right now. He's in... If Snellweg gets past these two, Prolover's going to be nothing but a sitting duck if he's not careful with his tyres. Is this a Prolover victory, or is Snellweg going to win this? Is Dan going to win this? We don't know.
But you know, if you're Prolover, you might as well try at this point. But one thing I'm going to point out, I'm watching his car right now. He has wing damage on that right side end plate. It's not there.
Oh,
so
he
that
does.
Is going to slow him down.
Look at Snellweg on the back of Gaming Fix already.
He's there, but he's going to have to get around him. That's the tricky part, and I think he's going to be able to do it here on this straightaway. He's going to have to DRS if he even makes it that far without getting around him. The soft tires are so quick, but as we pointed out, they also don't last very long around here. But
the thing is, though, we've only got around 6 to 5 laps left, so Snellweg can get to the end on these tires. It won't matter.
And he goes around Gamey, makes it look easy. He's already cleared it before they get to the line. To move Snellweg up to the 3rd position, he has got Dan in his sights.
Is Snellweg like a homing missile right now, going for the race win here?
I think he is. That is exactly what Snellweg is doing. He hasn't had a win yet this season. At this time last season, he had 3 wins in a row.
This is the return of a driving champion here at Snellweg. This is the return. We've got a yellow flag for Liverpool FC Pro. Yes, it is. He's in the wall. Not a great day for the McLaren driver, but this is for Snellweg and Dan Ness. The 2 people that were runner-up last season are about to go to war.
Approaching the castle section once again between Energy Dan and Snellweg. On board with your past champion, as they both cut it so very close through there. Energy Dan maybe even more so. Almost hitting that outside wall. Slides just a little bit, and that might be it. Snellweg's going to be able to get around, and he's fighting him on the outside. They're side by side, almost anyway. Energy Dan gets a little bit of a run on him. Snellweg having to back out of it. Energy Dan is fighting with all of his might.
Look at the gap between them and Prolover. Look at the gap between them and Prolover. It's now 3.9 seconds. These 2 are catching him.
They have ate 3 seconds out of Prolover's lead in just the past lap alone. Prolover, I don't think it's going to happen for him. He's not going to be able to win this race, but he's still out there trying. You got to give you really got to give it to Prolover. I mean, that's just determination there. But you got to give it to Snellweg too, because he's going around the outside of Energy Dan. Dan protecting that inside, but cannot
How
do
fast
anything
is
with
lap?
Snellweg.
And this is the poor Oliver that is going to be really, really scared of, because now he's on 20 lap old minutes with a broken front wing versus Snellweg on fresh softs and fresh tyres. You're going to probably guess who the winner's going to be now, don't you, Tim?
More than likely, it is going to be Snellweg. Oliver 1.6 seconds ahead, and Snellweg eating away at that gap very, very quickly. Oliver's got wing damage, so he's not going to be able to put up much of a fight. His only hope is to defend and hope that both of them behind make major mistakes.
I mean, you can't write the script in Baku, kind of, Tim. We thought Dan was going to win. We thought Gamey was going to win. Now, oh my word! What happened to Pirelli?
He got just a little bit loose through that corner. I think he either got loose or just dove to the inside to let Snellweg by because he knew he was faster. I think he might have just gave him the position.
Well, that's pretty wise, I would say. That is pretty wise. Oh, and there you go. Oliver spun on the exit of the castle section.
Is his tire down?
He's on. Is he got a puncher? Yes, he's got a puncher.
Oh.
He has got a puncher. Oh, Pirelli.
So that's what's happened with Oliver there. So Snellweg and Energy Dan battling out for these final 3 laps. But it's not much of a battle.
Cara gave me 10 for the loss. Cara gave me things on the fight, though.
So this is for the final podium position. Cara wanting to show that he is a championship contender. Gamey thinks second in the points, but with this podium should rocket himself up to the lead if he gets the podium.
Let's see how they do. Here we go.
Cara's got the DRS. Gamey thinks protecting the inside. Cara goes around the outside. They're side by side. Gamey gives the position to Cara. Cara in third now. But will Gamey be able to fight back? He's on old mediums.
No,
you gotta remember that. I don't think he's gonna be able to do anything
15
with it.
laps off. They've hit the limits. They have hit the limits. But the thing is, though, Tim, I did my maths, and I'm not very good at them, but I think 4 points were given 12 points. And how many points we had? Solid Cock 11, wasn't it?
Yes, it was 11, so that means that he would be leading the championship by 2 points.
By a point! Should be a point, wouldn't it?
2. Sonic Clock has 99, Gamey thinks has 89.
Oh, right, fair enough, we got you.
Rejoining the battle between lead or lack of a battle, rather. 3 seconds already Snellweg has put on Energy Dan.
What about Stock C9 and Shadowlancer, Tim? How's that for a little tasty fight?
Stock C9, last week's winner, trying to recover to a points-paying position today. Shadowlancer just trying to hang on as his teammate rides comfortably in a podium position.
Hey, you know what? This is a race what Dan needs, Tim, to get on the podium. He's done a stellar job to his Dan. He's not having the best start of the season, but you know what? It's a good start. It's actually a good return to form for Dan. And also, did you say to the qualifying that Snellweg needs a few dream races? This is one of them. This is one of them. He's leading the race and going to win it. So Snellweg, don't count him out of the championship just yet, lads.
Now, that would be something to see. For him to be able to defend his championship title, even through missing races and through having a bad start to the season. But we still have a lot of racing left to go in this season, and we have 2 laps to go in this race alone. Snellweg 3.3 seconds, though, ahead of Energy Dan. It's going to take a major mistake from Snellweg to lose this race at this point. It is literally his to lose.
Oh, and it just. As Stockton gets past Shadow, I think that's enough of fighting for one day, Tim. The drive's going to be spread out now. They're going to be like this position until the end of the race. But what a good back of Grand Prix we had, Tim.
And, you know, let's give a big shout-out to Bossy Gaming. He's a reserve driver jumping in here, and now he's running in the 7th position.
Indeed so. Reserved today for Sanav, who has unfortunately left us in SFR, but it's a good work by Bossy Gaming, one of our reserve drivers, to come in and actually reserve a GP4. Well done to him. Good race for him today.
If the cards are in
guys,
his favor, maybe
speaking
he'll have
of
a full-time
drivers,
ride.
you never know. As Smoke is on the back of Gaming. Tim, if Smoke gets past Gaming, think Sonic Hawk will have a cyber relief here.
You're right, Oliver. You're absolutely right, and Smoke is gaining on him. He's got one more lap to do it, though, so he's going to have to go, and he's going to have to go quick.
Oh! Sonic Hawk's watching this with his nails, biting his nails right now. Is Smoke going to get past Gaming Things and Sonic Hawk to retain the championship lead? We're not even done the whole race. This is unreal. He's got to do it at this corner. Can he do it? I don't think it's enough. He's probably waiting till the final straight. He's probably waiting.
That's going to be
and Car's on the back of Energy Dan as well.
So we got two battles going on. Kara and Energy Dan, Gaming Things, and Smoke. Snellweg.
You keep it on. You keep it on Dan and Kara. I'll keep it on Gaming and Smoke, Tim, if you want.
Snellweg nowhere to be seen through this, though. We're on board with Kara. They're going through the castle section now. Energy Dan just trying to defend and get a second place here. Kara trying to get a few extra points and get around Energy Dan. In the third sector now. We're approaching the third sector, rather. They don't have very long to go at all. Snellweg 2.6 seconds ahead now. They are eating away at his lead, but it's all going to be for naught.
Too late.
It is all going to be for naught. Snellweg. There you see him. Just riding his own race on a Sunday drive pretty much down this straightaway. His car is trying to battle to get to Energy Dan, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Meanwhile,
I go side by side. Smoke's called Gaming. Smoke's called Gaming. As Snellweg wins, Smoke gets Gaming, so he will not lead the World Championship. Snellweg wins as Gaming goes into fifth. Wow. Smoke got Gaming on the final straight. Wow.
And like a seedling sprouting in the spring, Snellweg's season sees the sunlight once again. Congratulations to Snellweg on your win in Baku. Energy Dan, Kara, your podium finisher, Smoke in fourth, Gaming Things in fifth. Sonic Hawk, as you said, Oliver, keeps his points lead.
Wow. Bossy Gaming comes home in seventh. Stock C9 comes home in eighth. Big Sai will finish in 10th because Shalom will finish ahead of him. No, maybe not. I was completely wrong. So Shalom, you don't feel bad for it, Tim. Nothing is overdoing that. His internet didn't want to do it today. Unlucky there for Shadow. Lewis will come in 11th.
Shadow still gets points, though. Shadow still gets points, so it's not a day that's entirely lost. Lewis in 11th, Phantom Shadow, of course, in 12th, and then Proliver in 13th. He had a good run. He had a very good run, and maybe if there were 2 laps less in this race, he could have won, but it just didn't work out.
And you know what? Shout out to Simo as well, Tim, because she finished a minute behind the next driver, but she had fun. She still stayed out there and completed the race. So fair play, Simo. Well done.
Yeah, fair play indeed. Out there just trying to do her best. You know, reserving for Need for Speed. It is good to see a few new faces, though, here and there. I'm sure she would have preferred to have a better race, but she's getting experience, and that is what matters. But
well done to Snellweg, though, Tim. He needed this victory today after, like I said before, learning manual gears, wheel. Can't wait to speak to him.
He is probably going to be to the moon at this point. Just so happy with his performance today. So congratulations to him. Here are your official results for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Snellweg, your past champion, gets his first win of the season, and Energy Dan coming in second, much like last season. These two just cannot get away from each other. Kara in third, Smoke in fourth, Gaming Things in fifth, The Bear in sixth, Bossy Gaming in seventh, Stoxy 9 in eighth, BXI in ninth, 10th is Shadowlancer, Lewis in 11th, Phantom Shadow 12th, Proliver 13th, 14th is Simo, 15th Liverpool FC Pro, 16th Gizlodian, 17th Podge Racing, Otaku Logan in 18th, 19th is It's Your Boy Alfie, and then Sonic Hawk in 20th, who will barely hold on to his points lead if our math is correct. But what a stellar race to see.
Wow, unbelievable. I'm just going to get his drivers in to the party. You could just ramble on about something, Tim.
I don't want to ramble on about anything. I'll tell you, that race just did it all. It doesn't matter what I say at this point. It's not going to top that.
Oh, indeed so. I mean, the drivers, they put on a good show today. Well done to them. And I mean, fair play to Snellweg, because he needed that victory today to get his title hopes back on track. Possible hopes back on track today. You know what? Fair play to him. He deserved it. And fair enough to him. And Cara getting another podium today, Tim, as well. Let's not forget that that's his second podium of the season.
Actually, Oliver, that might be his third. I think he had 2 wins in a row. I'll have to check the point standings just to confirm that. But Cara should be around second place, second or third maybe. So let's see. Cara has 2 wins in a row, so that is his third podium of the season. He won in Netherlands and he won in Spain.
Ah, okay, I was wrong. Okay.
DNF in Monaco, and then a podium in Azerbaijan. So honestly, Cara might be one of the drivers on the outside looking in for this championship battle.
We'll keep an eye on him. He's a bit of a dark horse.
So just waiting to get these top 3 drivers in, and then we will have interviews here in just a moment.
Indeed so. So just waiting on. Here is the Dan Meister. Oh my god, that scared the hell out of me, Jesus.
What happened?
Oh, you're about... Guys, podium. Snellweg's here, our reigning champion for the first time.
So now are we just waiting on Cara?
Hey, Dan, can you do me a favour? Dan? Can you get Cara in for me?
I don't think he'll join me, but I can try.
Okay, bro. Thanks, man.
Oh,
Snell, congratulations, man.
Mate, I was. Mate, honestly, I was 2 minds whether to do it or not, and I decided to go longer on the first stint softs to try and retain track position. Yeah, great race, mate. Well done, pal.
Yeah, didn't expect it. Very nice to be back.
Tim, they're all yours, mate.
All right, well, hopefully Cara will be able to join us, but we will see if he will. But first, as always, guys, please make sure that you have your voice allowed to be shared. If you don't know how to do that, go over to the party settings, click Always Allow, let me know when you're ready.
2 seconds, mate.
Ready?
Party settings. Yep, I'm all good. Oh,
All right,
Cara's here.
Yeah, Cara has
Hello,
joined.
Cara.
Awesome.
Nice. Unmute your mic, Cara. Ah, there we go. Cool. Just give me 2 seconds, guys. Cara, if you can hear us, just go into the party settings, press party settings, and then just always allow your voice to be heard. It says allow your voice to be shared, and just put always allow. Ah, good man. Good man. Sorry, Tim. Crack on, buddy.
Go for it, Tim.
All right, I cannot hear Cara. Cara, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, awesome. So, gonna start with you, Cara. You have 2 wins in a row before Monaco, and then you had a DNF in Monaco, and now you have a podium here. So this is your 3rd podium of the season. How are you feeling about your championship hopes now?
Well, it's a very good season for me. I had an unlucky race in Monaco, but I'm so satisfied that I'm back here in the podium with the guys. It seems like I have the pace this season. We're all very competitive, as we can see, and that's surprising. And yeah, hope for the best in the continue of the championship.
So would you say that you are a new and improved driver this year? Because last year, it really seemed that sometimes you struggled, but now you're, up here getting wins and podiums and always continuing for points.
Well, it was my first season. A little bit of anxious. Yeah, I think it's we all improving by time, and yeah, race by race, we're all getting better.
And Jude, compared to last season, Kai, this is definitely most improved season, like you said. Do you think that now we're with our past champion Snellweg, who's actually in this party? Do you think being in the Renault team, being yourself, did you learn something new during the off season to get in this new improved form? And now you get all these new podiums as well. Do you think you could possibly contend for the championship this season?
Yeah, I think I can contend for the championship. I see that I have the pace, my setups are good, I practice all week, and yeah, I'm getting better race by race, and it's going to be very competitive, guys. It's going to be very good. We're all close.
Tell us your race then, man, from the start to the end.
Sorry, can you repeat?
Yeah, tell us your race, bud.
Yeah.
He's just asking, can you tell us about your race from your perspective?
Oh, yeah. Well, my quali was a bit unlucky. I could have done a better lap, but yeah, Azerbaijan is a tricky track. The limits are very difficult, and well, I got a lap. Yeah, everyone improved. I started P11, I think. It was a nice recovery drive from my perspective, and well, I was so fast, but the safety car interrupted my good pace. But yeah, I followed Energy Done, and yeah, pretty much that was my race.
So what's your thoughts going into Canada then, Kara?
Canada is a fast track. Well, the last two corners, the famous corners there, we're gonna practice all week with the guys and hope for the best.
GG, Kara.
Thanks, man.
So now on to you, Dan. You were telling us a little bit about your strategy. Just walk us through your strategy, your decision to take the first stint just a little bit longer and then try to go for the one stop and extend that on the hards and win the race. That is how the race was won last season by Gamey Things. And obviously you were trying to replicate that, but it just didn't work out.
To be honest with you, I love Baku. It's like my Monaco and Singapore all over again. I really love it. I mean, last season I had an incident in turn one. I got rammed by Bannister. I had to go onto a medium, which I think was a really good choice, doing the medium rather than medium hard or soft hard. And this season, I just kind of wanted to stay out in front, because I know it's a bit like Monaco, where track position is very good, but at the same time, once your tyres go, if you get someone behind you that's on a faster tyre, coming out of the 90-degree corners, the traction is just monumental. So, yeah, that first opening stint when the safety car came out, I was looking at my tyres, I was talking to Tom and Guy Jezelodian, just thinking, what should we do? And what I didn't want to do is come off the softs and get put in a mid-pack area and get stuck behind traffic. Because like last season, I pitted early off the mediums for my second set of mediums because I was coming upon traffic. And it kind of got me in front by having the faster tyres later on. So in a way, it was kind of somewhere along them lines. Like it was a bit of a gamble. The two-stop was obviously very strong. I don't know if you guys might have seen better than us, but did people do soft medium or soft medium soft? I don't know.
Don't think so, mate. I don't really think we've seen that.
But I know a lot of people did. I know Kai did two-stop, didn't he? Because he started on softs, went medium, then soft. Well, anyway, I think a few people did two stops. In hindsight, the two-stop would have been better. Did. Yeah, I think in hindsight, the two-stop would have been quicker. I just want to give a shout out actually to one person in particular, and that's Pro Oliver, because he was like 11-second lead out in front after my first pit stop, and he never really lost it until me, Gamey, Kara started pushing up. I think I managed to get Gamey on the restart after the virtual safety car because I saved my ERS up. I just managed to get a bit clever like that, and then I think Kara and Gamey were starting to fight, which kind of allowed me to break out a bit of a lead in P2. But then, yeah, I think Snellweg came out of nowhere on those softs. I was like, damn. And that's when we came across, I think, Pro Oliver I think he'd either got damage or either his tyres had just dropped off massively. I don't know what happened with him, but
Oliver had damage. He had 3 damage, and then after that, he had his tires had it no more puncture on the right rear.
Right. Well, I tell you one thing though. Hats off to Pro Oliver because he was very courteous, very professional. He had damage, and he kept well out of the way of the guys. He relinquished that position, and so yeah, massive public shout out to Pro Oliver. That is the right thing to do. He was obviously going to be dropping down the order, so massive respect to Pro Oliver for doing that because it allowed us to carry on our fight without being hindered. So yeah, big shout out to Pro Oliver for that. I've got huge respect for anyone that does that. I did put in the driver's briefing as well about if you've got damage, be courteous and come out of the way, and he did do so. Hats off to Pro Oliver. Yeah, he's my driver of the day, to be honest with you, mate, because he allowed myself, Karen, Snellweg to have a good fight at the end there. So yeah, fair play. But yeah, happy to be back on the podium, guys. It's I've not had a chance to practice as much because I've got a newborn baby girl in my life, which, to be honest with you, I'm massively happy about. Racing comes second to my baby girl, but that's the reason my pace hasn't been there and the practice hasn't been there. But to get a P2 after almost only an hour and a half practice around Baku, I'll take that all day long. So yeah, cheers, guys.
What's the hope for then?
Say again, sorry, mate, you broke up then.
Sorry, my internet just died on me again.
So I can hear you now.
So yeah, what's your hopes for Canada?
Well, Canada, I absolutely love, mate. Absolutely love. So hopefully I can get some practice in at some point. I want to do my formula for good racecraft is 4 hours practice minimum. 4 hours good practice. So unhindered, unproblematic. There's 4 hours practice. I think that's the ballpark figure for doing all right on a track. So hopefully I can get 4 hours in between now and Monday. I should be able to. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, mate. But I just want to shout out as well, Cara and Snellweg, absolute monumental racers, really good racecraft, and it's really nice to see Cara in the podium interviews. So big shout out to Cara for joining us, really good, and of course Snellweg. I want to say publicly, what a battle last season, those last 2 races, mate. Really enjoyed that. Best way to close out a season, and I hope you can carry this form on and get back up with us, mate, because I really enjoy racing with you, Snell.
Yeah, cheers.
Well done, Dan.
So now to talk to Snellweg, our past champion and now first-time winner on the season. I bet this feels good. I want to talk to you about your race, but I more so want to talk to you about your entire season. We expected you to be dominant from the get-go, and you just weren't. And then it dawned on us, I think you told us that you were trying to get used to a new wheel, manual gears, I think it was too, and maybe even no assists. Correct me if I'm wrong on any of that. And so it took you a few races to get back to form. Now you are back to form. Do you think that you can make a run at the championship?
Yeah, at the start it was just giving guys a little bit of a head start, No, just kidding. At the start I was a bit in trouble with no assist. I think I took a bit of too much opportunity. I turned everything off, and that was a bit too much. So now I just take it time by time. Just look at the assists when I'm ready, and not throw myself in the deep and kind of screw up my season because of that. But yeah, it feels great to be back again at the top step of the podium with the guys. And yeah, it was a really intense race. Didn't expect the result, to be honest. But yeah, qualifying also, I made it at the second. It was really close. And then I put the car in second. And yeah, the start of the race was really, really slippery. It was like driving on ice. I managed to overtake Smoke at the start, but then I fucked up my wing. It was really unfortunate. So at the pit, but yeah, kind of a blessing in disguise. Because of that, I pitted and in the end won the race.
And
so, where did the race change for you then, Snellweg? Was it the pitting for the softs? Was that part of your strategy, or was it you going for the soft tires to see if you can try and catch up to the leaders?
Yeah, well, originally I wanted to go double mediums, sorry. But then I checked and I had the softer tire strategy selected, so I didn't have any mediums left. So I had to stretch it a bit and go into the soft. But luckily I did that because the softs were amazing at the end. It was.
Tell me about it. Pass me like I was parked up.
Yeah, there was. Yeah, I was.
I did give you room though. I did give you loads of room.
So yeah, it was good to be back.
Snell, can I ask Tim, Ollie? Can I ask Snell a question if that's all right?
Yeah, go ahead, man. You go ahead.
Last season when you won, you said you were going to stay in GP4 and turn some assists off. What assists have you turned off out of interest, mate? Because I'm wanting to go that way myself, but at the start of the season you were looking a bit slow, and now you've just found some serious form. So what did you turn off for this season, mate?
At the start, I turned off basically everything, but I wasn't getting anywhere with that. And then I actually didn't break my hand, but I hurt my hand, and then I couldn't really shift my manual gears again, so I turned those on again. But now I'm running with no traction control, and I'm trying to get back into the manual gears again. But that's a bit of a pain in the ass to get used to that.
Yeah, I mean, I started my first ever racing game was F1 2018, and I started with manual gears and medium traction. So I've always been on that, but I want to go to no traction control. But I still use racing line. I don't have the time to learn the braking zones. But
same.
No TC, mate. I take my hat off to you, mate. That's impressive, mate. So
welcome to my world, Snellweg.
Yeah. So Snell, looking forward to some more battles this season, mate.
Yeah, I think I'm back.
So
worry about that.
For this return of form now, Snellweg, like Tim said before, are you now really going to be going for the championship this year?
I think so. I'm planning to get the championship 2 consecutive years, so that would be nice. I think.
I don't think no one has done that in the 8 seasons at SFR, haven't they?
Well, yeah, it's first for everything. So I think Sonic is now first. Am I right in the championship?
Yeah, he's still first.
Only just.
He's still first.
So I will try to get to him.
And congratulations again to you, Snellweg, on your first win of the season. Congratulations to all the podium sitters, Dan and Kara. Thank you to all the drivers that race with us and everyone that watched the stream. And I think that's just about all that we have time for. So until next time, good evening, good morning, good day, good night, wherever you are in the world. Have fun, and goodbye.